Hello again, and welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. I'm really glad that you're here, choosing to spend your time with me. Today we have another donation request from Zitronenparty. Zitronenparty, thank you very much. It's another Opeth song, and we're going to be doing Faith in Others from the album Pale Communion, which released in 2014. So it's about a decade old, if you can believe that. Sorry if I just made you feel old. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention in the comments or anything the album Pale Communion. So this is definitely the first song from the album that I'm reacting to. It's quite exciting. I like learning new things, hearing new things. And so, I'm excited. Y'all have heard a bunch of Opeth on this channel. If you have been around, if you haven't, welcome to the channel. There's a whole lot of Opeth songs, and they're all in a playlist for you. So let's get into it. Faith in Others from Pale Communion. I guess they have never changed their logo ever, basically, right? Okay, this is quite a groove. Again, not what I expected. I say that a lot when I'm listening to Opeth. Drum-wise, I'm already pausing it, I know. Drum-wise, he's playing what you might call, although not necessarily, ghost notes. So you'll hear some of the snare hits. He's like, right? And so that kind of a thing, some of the notes are very, very light. It's like you tap as you're moving this drumstick up instead of coming down and hitting with a hard attack. It's almost just a light touch. It's a brush against the drum. So, here's the drum. It's just a quick brush up instead of hitting straight down. And it's a nice textural thing. Gotta appreciate it. There's a lot of subtlety with the Opeth drum tracks, and I'm always here for that. So good stuff. Let's go. Not all of those are ghost notes. It's just he's playing very, very soft. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of a fun groove there. Gotta get my lyrics. Voice is excellent, as always. Oh my gosh, this sounds like a different song. Something on the tip of my tongue. I don't know if I'm gonna remember it. Carry no faith in the cross and the cold years are coming for the victims of longing. Out through the doors Okay, before we can do anything crazy here, who knows where the song is going, right? But I feel like maybe something crazy is going to happen. It's really interesting that this is my next Opeth song after finishing Still Life, because you have that whole symbolism of the cross and this kind of cult and all this different stuff going on. So we've got this "we carried no faith in the cross" line here. Still Life came out way, way before this album. I really don't know what the overall religious attitude of Opeth is, or if they have a solidified religious attitude. I said a lot about that when doing Still Life. If you're into that, I did the whole album. Check it out. But this is interesting because you've got this very, very meticulously selected instrumentation. There's not a lot of instruments playing here. You've got those swelling, slow strings. You've got what I'm gonna say was a glockenspiel, although I think that was wrong. A maybe even bells, maybe just regular bells played there for just half of a measure. Just very, very, again, meticulously chosen, very cautiously selected, very, very carefully built sound for this section, at least. I don't know what happens next. It wouldn't be surprising to me at this point if we got a full-on rock band experience for the rest of the song. I don't know. But, delicate maybe is the best word here. And, lyrically, we're talking about the grave of our youth. That's the very first line. And so it's like this coldness, this life has become a burden. And so it's waiting for the sun. I'm pulling lyrics here, but waiting for warmth, waiting for something to revivify a love for life. That's the vibe I'm getting. And it's very powerful music. So I'm going to back it up a bit. Winds are singing for the victims of... And the piano sometimes matches the vocals and sometimes it's just doing its own thing. It's like they have an interweaving between the piano and the vocal. And the classic, classic, clean, beautiful guitar work. Very Opeth. I was hoping. Did Steven Wilson mix this one? That guitar tone is just so good. He's a good mixer. I mean, he's a good sound engineer, truly. You've got those kind of ghost note things going on in the drums again. I mean, it's all very, very controlled. Mixing on the drums is great. dissonant entrance. More of the strings. That little bit with the cymbals. It's always fun as a drummer. You have like 10 cymbals. You can just kind of hit a few of your different cymbals and create some texture. We got like lightning in the visuals now.
The ghost in my head is forgiving me, lifted his curse upon me.
I'm on the verge of understanding the lyrics, but I don't quite know what it was, what it is all about yet. I like this nice triplet thing the guitar's got going. It's gone now, as soon as I say that. I know it's there. Even the vocals are fading now. We've just got strings. It's very, very cinematic. Kind of resolves, but it's got that low note beneath it. It's very beautiful. But lyrically, I'm gonna read some of this. We carried along through squalor with an inborn need to dominate and possess. It gives birth to an anger inside, and we can't control this. That speaks to me for just sort of a maybe an Adlerian, like will to power sort of natural tendency of man, of mankind. And then you have the blood of departure in our tracks, dripping from our emptying vessels. Your hand reached out to hold mine, but you're grasping melting ice. And so you've got this return of the coldness from earlier in the song. So he's not but this feeling of purposelessness and I don't know who you is, who you reached out, your hand reached out to hold mine. I don't know who you is, but anybody, whoever it is, reached out to bring a human embrace to the protagonist. The protagonist has no will to live whatsoever. But then you have asleep in the rain, a child once again is returned to the beginning of the song. And the ghost in my head has forgiven me, lifted his curse upon me. So it's almost like a hopeful end, the way I perceive it. This sort of idea of a rebirth, maybe the draining of blood, the melting of ice, and then an understanding once all of that pain has passed that there is an opportunity to start anew. I could be grasping, but that's how I read it. The ghost in my head could certainly be like a genetic thing, like an inherited will to power, that sort of stuff. And so it's almost to say that if you were to give that up, and not try to dominate and possess and control others, then that is what enables you to return to being a child and start life again without this negative framework. I don't know. Again, tell me if you think any of that made sense, or if you don't. I really enjoyed this. I'm very very pretty track. Thank you, thank you for the suggestion, for the recommendation, for the donation. Zitronenparty, you're awesome. Really appreciate all of you who stuck around and listened to my ramblings as I listen to this music. If you enjoyed that, I've got lots of other Opeth songs here on the channel. You'll see a video pop up suggesting another one of them. Check it out. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put there yet, but check out another Opeth reaction if you like this one. Opeth is becoming one of my absolute favorite bands now, and really, really good stuff. So put a link there. And if you want to support the channel and make a donation request of your own, I've got two ways to do that. They're right below me, Paragraph or Buy Me a Coffee. Your choice, they're different. Check them out. Thanks much. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. And the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.